Late one rainy evening, a young man named Daniel was returning home from work. The streets were nearly empty, and the only sound was the steady tapping of rain against the pavement. As he approached a lonely bus stop at the edge of town, he noticed an old woman sitting on the bench. She wore a long gray coat and held a black umbrella. What struck Daniel as strange was that despite the heavy rain, not a single drop seemed to touch her. Daniel hesitated but sat down a few feet away. "Terrible weather tonight," he said politely. The woman slowly turned toward him. Her pale face looked unusually calm. "Yes," she replied softly, "especially for those who shouldn't be out tonight." Daniel felt a chill run through him. Before he could respond, the woman pointed toward a narrow road disappearing into the darkness. "Whatever happens," she whispered, "do not follow the crying child." Daniel frowned. "What crying child?" But the woman remained silent. Moments later, a bus arrived. Daniel glanced toward it for only a second. When he looked back, the woman was gone. Completely gone. There was nowhere she could have gone so quickly. Trying to convince himself it was nothing, Daniel boarded the bus and headed home. That night, around midnight, he was awakened by a faint sound outside his window. A child was crying. At first, he thought it was coming from a neighboring house. Then he heard it again, closer. The crying sounded as if it was coming from the street directly below his bedroom window. Daniel remembered the old woman's warning. His heart began to pound. He carefully peeked through the curtains. Standing beneath a street lamp was a small boy wearing old-fashioned clothes. The boy's head hung low as he quietly sobbed. Daniel felt sorry for him. Maybe the child was lost. Maybe he needed help. Without thinking, Daniel grabbed his jacket and rushed outside. The moment he stepped onto the street, the boy began walking away. "Wait!" Daniel called. The child didn't answer. Instead, he continued moving farther down the road. Daniel followed. Every time he got close, the boy moved a little farther ahead. The streets grew emptier. The houses became fewer. Soon Daniel found himself near the abandoned forest outside town. Only then did he realize something was wrong. The crying had stopped. The night had become completely silent. Daniel looked around. The boy had vanished. The cold wind swept through the trees. Then a voice spoke from behind him. "You shouldn't have followed." Daniel spun around. The old woman from the bus stop stood there. Her eyes were filled with concern. "What is happening?" Daniel asked. The woman pointed deeper into the forest. In the darkness, Daniel could see dozens of small figures standing between the trees. Children, all staring directly at him. None of them moved. None of them blinked. And slowly, one by one, they began to smile. A terrible fear gripped Daniel. The woman grabbed his arm. "Run!" That single word was enough. Daniel turned and sprinted back toward town. Behind him, he heard dozens of tiny footsteps racing through the forest. The sound grew louder and louder. He didn't dare look back. The old woman ran beside him the entire way. Finally, the lights of the town appeared ahead. The footsteps suddenly stopped. Daniel collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. When he looked up, the old woman was gone once again. The next morning, Daniel visited the town library and searched through old newspaper records. What he discovered made his blood run cold. More than 50 years earlier, a school bus had crashed near that very forest during a storm. None of the children survived. Witnesses claimed that on rainy nights, people sometimes heard children crying near the road. Many who followed the sound were never seen again. Daniel never returned to that forest. But every year, on the anniversary of the accident, he leaves flowers at the old bus stop, because somewhere in his heart, he believes the mysterious woman saved his life. And sometimes, late at night, when rain taps against his window, he can still hear a child crying in the distance. But this time, he never follows.